Well, James mentioned Carrie Lake. Carrie Lake was, of course, on Outsiders. You will remember several months ago after that strange Liam Bartlett interview. Carrie Lake is just sensational, as James was pointing out, and I'm delighted to say that joining us now from a Carrie Lake rally in Arizona, which is set to kick off in 30 minutes' time, is our own Washington correspondent, Annelise Nielsen. Annelise, always great to see you. We've been watching your cameraman busily trying to get set up there without treading on everyone's toes. So we're delighted to have you with us on Outsiders this morning. Now, tell us about Carrie Lake, about what the mood is at the rally leading up to it.
Well, we have the good fortune of being at this rally because it's not just a rally, it's also a rodeo, and we've been tripping over little cowboys and cowgirls. We'll show you just a couple of them who are here ready for some rodeo action before they're going to be listening to Carrie Lake at this event. These are the diehard Carrie Lake fans coming out tonight, but she does have a good following here in Arizona. She's been an anchor for many years, and she's neck and neck with Katie Hobbs, who, coming into this, should have been the candidate to beat. One of the issues that we're hearing from people is the fact that Katie Hobbs hasn't agreed to a debate. What this has done in the last few weeks is just put her on the back foot. Carrie Lake's coming in very strong, confident, going to a lot of events and owning the media space as she's well experienced to do, while Katie Hobbs has had a few unfortunate incidents where it looks like she's dodging things. So this is where this is going to be the last few weeks where the advantage is to Carrie, but it is so tight. When we've been speaking to people here about who they're going to vote for, obviously it's all Carrie Lake fans. The question is always why. And like many across the country, it's all about the economy. So how do you feel about Carrie Lake?
She's our next governor.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ready for Carrie Lake?
Oh, yeah.
Why Carrie Lake?
She's best. The other ones, they don't have a clue.
Would you like Donald Trump to come back?
Sure would. Sure would. Yeah, somebody that's not going to try to make a living out of being a politician.
I am absolutely voting for Carrie Lake for reasons numerous. She believes in family first. She absolutely wants to get to the core of the problem of this country. She absolutely supports Arizona.
So, Annelise, Carrie Lake is most noted for being, really the female version of Trump. There's a strong Trump overtones. She's also repeatedly, as James was just saying, questioned the legitimacy of the 2020 election. She's made a lot of speeches and comments around that. So how big is the kind of Trump vibe with Carrie Lake and that question of the legitimacy of the 2020 election?
Yeah, look, as far as Carrie Lake being a big Trump supporter, she is. She's been one of the main endorsements in this whole thing. But the thing is, she's speaking to the same people. And I've been out doing this a while. I always ask people who they want to run for president. His supporters still love Donald Trump, but they're just as open to other prospects coming through. And I think there is kind of that fear of going back to the turmoil of 2020. That's a really interesting point, though, when we're looking at this election coverage. As James has said, when I've been asking about election integrity, it's completely verboten with so many people where they don't want to talk about it. The Democrats are pushing this, saying that there's election denial, that democracy is under threat, and that's why you must vote for them. And then in the meantime, there's been very little done to actually make anyone more confident about the ballot process. The idea that you shouldn't have IDs required has been extremely controversial, especially in states like this. We've just been in Nevada, in a county where they're implementing a two-count system. Now they're going to have a hand ballot at the same time as machines so they can compare them to each other. So there's confidence in the vote. And it's likely, again, we're going to have a very drawn-out process, and November 8th's not going to be decided on the night. We're going to be talking about weeks again. I think we're looking at this being the new normal.
Annelise, I just want to ask you, too, because you said you were just in Nevada. We spoke about this the other day on the U.S. report. The thing, though, beyond election integrity, it really comes down to the economy for these people. Tell us what it's like there for people, what they're paying for petrol, for gas, food, and the concerns you're hearing from people about being able to run their businesses, keep food on the table, and how much of that is all down to Joe Biden and the Democrats.
Yeah, I mean, trying to brand it as the Putin price hike really hasn't been working when you come out to parts of the country like this. The gas in Nevada was about $5.50. We've seen it's about $5 a gallon here. That's enormous for your average person who's living paycheck to paycheck. So many people I've talked to, it's just the first thing they bring up, and they're not seeing any strong action on it. As much as this infrastructure push has been the big branding of the Biden administration, if you're not seeing it in your day-to-day life, it's not going to make much of a difference at the polls. But where this is impacting them is enthusiasm. Despite all these concerns about election integrity, it's the Republicans I'm talking to that can't wait to cast their ballot, and it's the Democrats that are more like, I don't know, I'm going to probably vote for the Democrats, but this is a concerning time. This is going to be a really tough election, but the other thing we need to look at is this is going to be a real referendum on Donald Trump. Whether his candidates do well, like Carrie Lake, like J.D. Vance, like Dr. Oz, is going to be a major indicator for the Republicans to say, look, we'll back him again for 2024. We need to move on.
Well, I've got to say, I am so jealous of you right now, Annelise. I want to be where you are. I know after this cross, you're going to go and enjoy yourself. You've got the Cowboys.
I wanted to show you a funnel cake because that is the best thing here, but they've just devoured them. Look at that kid in just this 2 minutes.
Oh,
this is like the best thing about these fairs. You know, they just like put the pancake batter in the deep fryer, so sorry, we couldn't keep up with the cowgirl though.
It is just all good. Everybody looks better in a cowboy hat. Everyone's having fun. Look at the kids. They've got a day to look forward to. But I want to ask you about what the latest polls are telling us about the midterms. There seems to again be another swing towards the Republicans. The polls aren't always as accurate as we'd like them to be, but what are you expecting to see for the House and the Senate? Congress.
If I was a betting woman and I had to put money down now, I'd say 50-50 split in the Senate and a Republican small majority in the House, which is nowhere near what it should be. But, you know, there's still a few weeks to go. They're still pushing off the petrol hikes. There's still a lot that the Democrats can do in this space. But if I had to make a wild call, I'd say I haven't been to Georgia yet, but I don't think Herschel Walker's doing as badly as people make out. I think Dr. Oz might be in trouble. But those are the two states we have to go to, and I'm going to go in with an open mind and ask people. I won't go in with my own hypothesis to prove.
Annelise Nielsen, thanks so much for coming on today. Have a great time there. If you get to chat to Carrie Lake, please send love from the outsiders and tell her we're certainly rooting for her there. Thanks so much, Annelise. Have a great day.